What up, world? It's DJ Steez at the Hip Hop Shop. And right now we're reporting live from Houston, Texas with my man, K. Dot, better known as Kendrick Lamar. What's good, Kendrick? Word up. So your first time in Houston?
Yeah, this is my first time. I did Austin last year. Matter of fact, a couple years ago, South by Southwest. That was the first time I came out here. It's my second time, so it's love.
That's what's up. So for the people watching at home that might not have, got around in your music yet, who is Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar is Compton, California, good kid in the Mad City. That's what I represent in my music. I represent the lifestyle of a young kid trying his best to escape the influences, whether it's gang banging, police brutality, you know what I mean, just all the negative and the ills, you know what I mean? So that's what I talk about.
One of my favorite songs off your new EP out right now called Overly Dedicated, called Average Joe. That's one of my personal favorite songs. And in the song, you're talking about having family on both sides of rival gangs, Crip and Pyru. Kind of talk about how you dealt with that growing up, having family rivaling against each other. Like, how did you carry yourself, and how did you deal with that situation coming up?
How did I deal? It was tough because this is my family. These people I grew up with since I don't know how long, you know what I mean, since day one born. But then it get to a point where as people get older, they lose that connection, they separate. So now I'm caught in the thin line where I gotta choose. So that's tough. You know what I mean, as a kid growing up, knowing that my cousin is this and my other cousin is that. You know what I'm saying? So my best bet, my pops told me, just stay to yourself. You know what I'm saying? Let them come to you and see the positive that you're doing, rather than swindling to this way where that person is getting jealous, where now they want to react. You know what I mean? So I stuck to myself, stayed to myself, and went about my business my way. And they respect it, and they my family for day one, so they go ride with me.
Real talk. So right now, as far as music, I heard you're working on a project with J. Cole. Could you elaborate on what we can expect from that?
Real music, human music, something that I call it. Real life situations, something that everybody can relate to. Nothing different from what we've been doing.
So what I like about it is that the fact that y'all are like this new generation of rap music coming up. And it's like y'all got a voice that these younger cats could relate to more than, the older rappers that have been in the game forever now. Like y'all are the next breed coming up. So like, who are your influences coming up?
My influence, Tupac. Tupac was one of my biggest influences. Dog Pound, of course, Dre. That whole era, man. I was really into music, but I wasn't writing yet. You know what I mean? I was just always mimicking their words and stuff. And my pops would sit me down and be like, yo, this is the lifestyle they talking about. This is what we're living right now. So relate to it and listen to it because it's real. You know what I mean? So that's a lot of influence. Old school, Isley Brothers, Marvin Gaye. My parents played a lot of that in the house. So it kept me real soulful in my music. And that's some of the best music to me because they spoke pain in their words. You know what I mean? You can hear it when a person's singing and crying over a track. That's real life. So that's my influences, man.
What's up? Now I heard, being a fan of yours, that you were a big fan of neo soul music, and being that it is Dilla month, you know what I'm saying? What is your favorite Dilla track?
Dilla track, everything he did with Busta. I can't have no favorite. Everything with Busta. It's like they had a chemistry where Busta attacked a little bit more, you know what I mean, than other rappers will do on Dilla tracks. I mean, what he'll do on other tracks. Everything with Busta. Period. That chemistry was crazy.
That's what's up. So, as far as the production for your album, like, do you like to keep in-house producers? Are you always looking for new producers, upcoming talent? I mean, I know everyone's asking you about Dr. Dre, since now that y'all touch base. But as far as production, like, who are some of the other producers that you've been working with?
As far as producer, I'm always looking for new producers and new talent. But I always focus on the people that got me to the level where I'm at now. I never want to lose that sound where people actually was receptive to me at first. So I'm sticking with Soundwave. You know what I mean? All day, that's my in-house producer. Tay Beast, Willie B, he did Ignorance is Bliss. I'm always had that formula. As far as the Dre beats, of course, I'm going to get a couple of them more big old bangers. I like a lot of people, Khalil, DJ Khalil. Of course, the usual suspects, the Timbaland. There's only one of him. I can't say Timbaland's. I like a lot of new cats, man. I don't really care about the names, how big the name is. If it's some good music, I'm full with it. I don't care if you're a 13-year-old boy in your room making beats on Fruity Loops. If it's dope, I'm full with it, period.
Word up, man. That's real. Now let's talk about the album. I know you're working on an album right now. You have a title for that?
No titles yet.
No titles yet. Kind of talk about your creative process as an artist. Like, what does it take to get you comfortable in the studio? Is there anything you need in the studio at all times to work? What is your creative process?
My creative process is however I woke up in the morning. I mean, whatever mood I'm in. That's where I like to gravitate my music towards. You know, I put a beat on, and if it feels like the way I woke up, that's how I'm gonna get it off. If I feel angry and I hear a track that sounds like I wanna fuck to this up, I'm gonna do it. Because that's life and that's how I feel. If I feel happy, I'm gonna do some happy party music. If I feel spiritual, I'm gonna do that because that's a part of me. I mean, aside from the good kid in the Mad City, my whole story is my struggle with God, knowing God. I'm a human being. I don't know all the answers, so I put it in my music. You know, a lot of people relate to it, so that's how I gravitate to my music and my track selection, everything from the instrumentation.
Word up. So, last question. I recently started following you on Twitter, and I noticed that you had something on there that you said you were a combination between Common and Gucci Mane. Now that's a combination that not many people can understand. Could you break down how exactly you describe yourself as that type of combination as an artist?
When people think of Common, you think of conscious, spaced out universe. When you think of Gucci Mane, you think of a regular up and down street cat. And I think that's both sides of me. That's my balance. Raised in Compton, I can't help but have that element, the street element in me. I can't escape that. That's me. But me as an individual, how I've grown into myself and my own person and my own individual, I got this part of me where I want to know more. I want to talk about more. I want to talk about this shit I don't know about or something that I just read up on. And it's just finding myself more, you know what I mean? So I tend to balance that out a lot and just put it in music and come together as Kendrick Lamar, man.
What's up? Kendrick Lamar, y'all. If y'all ain't heard of him, y'all better catch up. DJ Steve's Hip Hop Shop representing. We out. Peace.
With the heart of Satan, but even that can't stop it. Get out my wallet and put passion in your logic, passion in your life. The passion of my Christ is in me, and if you said